Did Kiev just try to target the Russian president in an assassination attempt? Because as we heard from the Russian Defense Ministry, they said that the helicopter that President Putin was traveling in as he was visiting Russia's Kursk region last week, that it was targeted in an attempted drone attack coming from Ukraine, and that Russian air defense was able to thwart that attack. That, of course, raises a lot of questions. The first of which is, did Kiev know who they were targeting? And if they did know, were they going based on the military intelligence that they are getting from Western countries, specifically the United States? Because when it comes to intelligence and information, it seems as though US President Trump is the one who's currently being left in the dark, as he's making statements about the latest Russian drone and missile attacks, which have been their largest yet in this war so far, targeting Ukraine. He's claiming that Putin has gone absolutely crazy, as if Russia is just launching these attacks because it feels like it. And Trump is not mentioning at all the fact that the Russian Defense Ministry has reported that it has shot down over 100 Ukrainian long-range drones in the span of just 24 hours. So is Trump just getting the wrong information, or is he leaving out a very vital point about Ukraine's attacks that the US is directly involved in? Well, I asked that question to former US diplomat Jim Jatras earlier, and here's what he said.
You notice when Trump got very upset in his statement about the Russian strikes, which, as you say, were retaliatory strikes, he didn't seem to be aware of the barrage of Ukrainian strikes on Moscow, airports in Moscow, and so forth. And let's remember, too, there's some speculation that some of these swarms of drones were directed in Kursk at the time that President Putin was there, and maybe even were trying to target his helicopter. This, could have included an assassination attempt. And of course, then Trump is reacting very, very violently that you're killing lots of people. And by all accounts I've seen, at least the civilian impact of these strikes in Kiev and Odessa and other places has been fairly minimal, which would substantiate the Russian claims that they're targeting legitimate military targets.
If anything, we're reminded once again that there is always more to the story, and that these Russian escalations that we're seeing, not only are they retaliating against those Ukrainian escalations, but they are yet another reminder that Russia still has the power to, quote unquote, take the gloves off against Ukraine and against the entire NATO alliance with it. And they've been holding back up until this point. And that's something everyone should be talking about.